Hi guys, welcome back, and if you're new here, welcome. I'm Annie, and this is @beauty. If you can't tell by what's going on my face, or you didn't read the title for some reason, yeah, today I thought I would go over what I'm doing with my face now that I have to wear a mask all the time. If that sounds interesting, stick around. We are going to get started in just a moment. But first, I'm going to take my mask off and just have a quick chat, quick life update. So yeah, it has been a minute. It's been about 2 months since I've logged into YouTube, since I've sat down in front of a camera and tried to film. So this, I'm sure, is going to be a hot mess of a video. I apologize in advance for that, and I'm sure I will apologize later as well. Yeah, the world has gone crazy, and I feel like I've gone crazy with it. So I want to start by saying I hope you guys are all safe and healthy, and that you are taking care of one another in your homes, staying apart so we can at some point hopefully come together. I know I have been. I have hardly left my house at all in the last few months. So yeah, with me, I had grand plans. Excuse me. I had grand plans at the beginning of all of this. I was like, oh, yay, I'm gonna have time to sit down and film every day. It's gonna be great. And then, no. Then I got a cough. Yeah, it's just the remnants of the cough. I got a cough. I've had a cough for the entirety of this thing. So it's been over 2 months now. And yeah, it's not been fun. Don't know what is going on. The doctors honestly don't really know what's going on. I never did get tested for the virus because tests were in very short supply here. They were only testing people who were seriously ill. So I was not seriously ill. I had a cough. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have any of the other signs. I had shortness of breath due to the cough, but I could breathe okay. I couldn't get a sentence out. I would speak, I would cough. So after about, a word or two, I would start coughing. It was great. Along with my cough, I had many migraines. And if I wasn't having a migraine, I was having a rebound headache. So it was not good. I wasn't feeling well at all. I couldn't sit down to film. It was impossible. About 2 weeks ago, I started to feel better. And literally the day, not even 24 hours after, I was like, oh, I'm feeling better. Still got this cough, but I can talk now. I can get out more than 2 words. That's great. I don't have a headache. Less than 24 hours later, got called in to a Zoom meeting with my my department at work, and we were told that our entire position was being cut. If you don't know, I work in public education. I taught kids science. Not anymore. We cut science now. Great time to cut science. Anyways, they budget cuts, things like that. This has been hard on all sectors of the economy. Education being hit hard as usual, which never makes sense to me. Like, this is when we need education the most. If you want us to go back to school in the fall, you want people to get back to work, you gotta have schools up and running. You gotta have people in the schools. But as usual, budgets were cut, so our position was cut, and yeah, that was a blow, especially given that we were told at the beginning of March that our position was safe, that they had no intention of cutting us at all. And 2 months later, here we are. So that sent me down the rabbit hole. I've been there for 12 years. So yeah, that was huge, life-changing, lots of not fun. Yeah, so I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen next year. My HR person did call me on this last Friday. Today is Tuesday, so just, 4 days ago or so, and told me that hopefully they are trying to pull anything together to keep me in the district. So we'll see what next school year brings. I've been looking for a new job, but as we all know, finding a job right now in the middle of a pandemic it's next to impossible. So yeah, that is where I have been. That has been my life for the last couple of months. Oh, and I also have a senior in high school who's, you know, she's graduating this year. Kind of graduating. I don't know. We still don't know what's going on with that. Anyways, she made it. She survived. It's been rough. She made it through fires. She made it through floods. She made it through planned power shutoffs. She made it through smoke days. She made it through endless war. And she's reached the end of her high school career and she's done well. And I'm super, super proud of her. So yay, my daughter. And yay, all of the class of 2020. I know that this has not been easy for any of us, but I really do feel for our graduates, both high school and college graduates. It's been rough, and I feel bad that they have lost out on the pageantry and the recognition that they deserve. Anyways, enough about my sadness, enough about all that. You're not here to hear me complain and cry. Let's go ahead and get started. I am not doing my eyes today. This is all about the face makeup and what you can do to help minimize transfer onto your mask. So I will be, of course, always upfront. I am not wearing any foundation at all. I'm not applying foundation. So if you're looking for tips on how to try to make your foundation not rub off with mask, this is not going to work for you. I have yet to find anything that will do that. Maybe if you have dry or normal skin, you might have better success. But if you are like me and you are beyond oily, nothing keeps your makeup in place if there's a mask sitting on it. So I have used absolutely no foundation today. I did use some concealer. That's what that stuff called. I used a little bit of concealer. I used some cream products, you know, for my contour, blush, things like that. But other than that, there is no foundation in this video, none. And I think my skin is looking pretty good. Yeah. So if you're interested in seeing how I came up with this look, stick around. We're going to get started right now. Okay, so I've already done my skincare, so I've applied my moisturizer and all of that. I haven't put on my sunscreen yet, and that's going to be my next step, because for my sunscreen, I'm going to use this, the Cotz Face Prime and Protect Sunscreen. This is an SPF 40. I use this all the time. Every time I do my makeup, every time I go outside, I always use this. It's a sheer matte mineral sunscreen. I prefer a mineral over a chemical, just because I think they work better. The great thing about this is it is tinted, and so you don't get that white cast. So I'm going to go ahead. You do need quite a bit. In order for sunscreen to be effective, you need a lot. So I go ahead and just get some. The great thing about this is it's a primer, and it does pore fill as well. So I just kind of smush it all over my face, and I make sure that I'm really pressing it in as well. This is non-greasy. I am very oily, as we all know. And this is great because it does help to mattify my skin. And since I'm not using a foundation today, it just kind of that initial color just kind of helps to kind of even my skin tone out a little bit without being like a heavy coverage. All right, so once I get that on, then I do, because I'm super extra, I could probably just leave it like that. But I have big pores and I don't like my big pores. And so I do like to go in with another primer. Today I'm going to use my Becca Skin Love Brighten and Blur primer. And I'm not going to use as much of that. I'm just going to put that in my problem areas. So I'm just going to put it like this, and I'm going to put it on my nose, pretty much my T-zone where my larger pores are. And this I pressed begin with, really making sure I fill in my pores. I love the way that smells. It smells nice. Okay, so the next step is to go in with a concealer that pretty much matches my skin tone. So I'm going to use the Born This Way Multisculpting Concealer, and this is the shade Pearl. This one's a pretty good match for my skin tone. And I'm just going to put that on any of those little spots that I want to make sure get covered up. And the side of my nose always needs a little help. And of course, just go in with my sponge and blend those out. I'm not trying to achieve like clearly full coverage here. I just want to kind of even out my skin just a smidge. All right, now that that is done, I'm going to go in with my contour. So today I'm going to use this, what is this? Anastasia Beverly Hills Mini Stick. I don't know, I got this as a sample or whatever. It works fine for my purposes today. I've got a little cat hair on there. It's my life. And I'm only going to put just a little bit here. Okay, that got a little bit more on that side. And I do like to add a little bit to my nose as well. I know you're probably thinking, why are you putting all that product on your nose when you wear a mask? It's going to come right off. I haven't had that problem. My usual problem with a mask is here where everything comes off. So I do try to use very little product there. All right, now that I've got that done, we're going to go in with the shade Swan in the Too Faced Born This Way concealer. And I'm just going to use a little bit of this. I'm going to put a little under my eyes here. Normally I would do this before I do my eye makeup, but today I just kind of wanted to have my eye makeup done. Basically highlighting my face like I normally would if I was just doing my makeup like always. For this I'm going to use a different sponge. I'm just going to use this really small little beauty blender, and we're just going to kind of blend everything in. One of the things that I've noticed is really great about this routine that I've been following since I've been stuck at home is that because I'm using such little product, any of my fine lines are not emphasized. I don't have visible 11s partway through the day. My forehead lines are much less visible. It's fantastic. That's like the plus side. So I'm trying to keep this up pretty high. I don't want to bring it down too low because that's where the mask is going to run into a problem. And then last but not least, before, I guess it's not really last, before I go in with powder products, I'm going to use my Natasha Denona Blush and Brighten today. I have other cream blushes that I use as well, but today I'm going to use these. So I'm going to go in with the cream blush to begin with, and I'm just going to pick that up on my fingers and tap that here on my cheeks. I have been loving like the more blushed look lately. I don't know, maybe it's just me. Maybe because I'm so pale from being inside. Well, I'm always inside, who am I kidding? But maybe it's because I'm so pale and it just makes me feel like sunshine. So again, we'll do the same thing over here. Doesn't have to be perfect at this stage. I am going to go in once I get my highlight on and everything, and I'll blend this all together with a sponge. Using this same palette, I'm going to go into the Glow Cream Base, which is this here. Just wiped off my fingers. And we're going to do the same thing. I do like to put a little on my nose, just right here. Okay, and before we blend, before I put any powder products on, I'm going to go ahead and just take my little beauty sponge and just make sure that everything here is blended in nicely. Now, to set my face, I know I don't have a lot of product on, but I do still like to set my face. So I am going to go in today with my Anastasia Beverly Hills loose setting powder. This is the shade Vanilla. I love this powder. I love that it comes in such a huge container. It's great. Just going to pick a little bit of that up and just very, very minimal amount of powder here today. Once I get that on, we go in with beauty sponge and just smush it all together. All right, so now I'm just going to go in with my powder bronzer and everything. So today I'm going to use my Park Avenue Princess palette. I think you can probably figure out which shade I'm going to go in with first. That would be this shade here, which is Princess Cut. I'm just going to use my Alamar Cosmetic bronzer brush and put a little bit here. And a little up here along my hairline. Then going in, what is this brush? I don't know, it's just a Moda Pro brush. I'm going to go in with the shades Carrot and Crown. So this is Crown and this is Carrot. And I'm making a mess if I just mix them together back and forth. Next up is my, oh my gosh, my hair is going to be my highlighter. So going back into my Natasha Denona palette, I kind of like to layer these highlighters. I just do. I'm going to go in today, I think because my eyes are just so wild and crazy, we're going to go in with the Duo Glow, which is this kind of pinky purpley shade here. And I'm just picking up my brightening brush from Alamar Cosmetics and just I swear my cat, I had to bring my hamster home from school, and so he is in here, and I have one cat that just is obsessed with him, and she gets up on my desk and like gets all up in my brushes, and it's very annoying. So I have cat hair more so than ever. Holy cow. And then because I'm super extra, I'm going to go in with the Diamond Powder, which is this shade here. And of course now we need blush, so I'm going to go in with the blush from this palette as well. Again, on my Alamar Cosmetics blush brush, we're just going to put that here. Maybe a tiny bit on my nose, not too much. I don't really like my nose. And then we're going to meld it all together. So to do that, I'm going to use my Revolution Pro Skin Finish. This is in this Luminescence, I guess. I think that's the shade name. And I'm just using this fluffy brush from Moda. And we're going to buff this all over my face. And of course, you're never done until you've set your skin. Oh, no, that was not good. I'm going to use my Hourglass Cosmetics Veil Setting Spray. Make sure I shake it up really well. It feels like nothing is hitting your skin. It's kind of amazing, actually. Okay, and last but not least, I mean, look how quick and easy this is. It's amazing. Last but not least, I do need to put something on my lips. And because I'm wearing a mask, that's my biggest issue really, is my lipstick transferring from my lips onto my mask. So I'm actually not going to use like a lipstick. I'm just going to go in with this face paint. So it's a lip and cheek tint. And a little bit of this goes a really long way. It's a super pretty color. And the great thing is, if you just use a little bit, it doesn't transfer. Now, I know I love my lipsticks and it makes me sad, but desperate times and all of that. So that is pretty much it. All right, so here it is all finished. This is like my now go-to kind of routine for when I have to wear a mask, which is all the time. So yeah, I'm actually very, very happy with this routine. It's quicker than when I do my foundation, truthfully. And I don't wind up with mask transfer. I don't wind up with that terrible line here on my face from the mask, which is incredible. I'm going to go ahead and zoom you in. I think that, you know, my skin looks pretty good. It looks pretty healthy. It's glowy, it's dewy. I don't have to worry so much about, honestly, my excessive oils. Just because it's not going to melt down my foundation, which is great. And again, like I was saying, my 11s are practically non-existent now. Yay! And my forehead wrinkles are less. Not non-existent, but less. When you're 43, it is what it is. And so yeah, this is what it looks like. And then I can go ahead and I can put on my mask. And wear my mask around. I went for a walk the other day. I wouldn't say it was a hike, but went for a walk the other day. We were out for a couple of hours, came back, take my mask off, and you can see that there is very minimal to no transfer on my mask at all. Maybe you can see that? Hello? There we go. Hardly anything there. There might be a little bit there, but other than that, it's nothing like it was before. So let's zoom out. So I'm interested in what you guys think. Are you guys doing your makeup different now that you have to wear masks all the time? Are you just not wearing makeup at all? What are you guys up to? Let me know down in the comments. I'd really actually love to hear that. And if you enjoyed today's video, please don't forget to hit that like button down below. And while you're down there, just scooch on over, hit subscribe, and hopefully I will be better about uploading. And I will hopefully see you next time. Bye.